This sucks. I prefer low floor right now. My arms kind of hate me right now. I'm gonna hate this set with every fiber of my being, but because of these conditions. So far, jumps are not as bad with the bar. It's a little less tiring on the physical side so far. By now I will have been gassed without the bar. But my arms, fuck! They're not liking the experience, and I really do not like the angle. It is horrible. I'm probably playing the wrong way, but it's horrible. Okay, next up is healing division. Let's just get this over with. I can go back to actually playing DDR. So I can go back to not sacrificing my arms for the sake of an experiment. Oh, it died. Not what I was looking to drink any Powerade. No bar, I be drinking after every song. Right. So I did not clear it. The supposed bar literally went off the rails. But spins get a bit easier, and it's slightly easier to time if you get used to it. Another thing I noticed, you have to step a little harder when playing without the bar. Normally, I step pretty chill when... Normally I step pretty chill in low levels, but in here I have to put a little more effort. Oh yeah, right, I already said twists get easier if you're already used to it. I honestly understand now why people just prefer to double step when with the bar. And I already miss playing no bar. I prefer doing the twists by 1,000. Anyways, time for a break. D2R free special. So my high score on this one is like 960. Surprisingly, the bar kind of made my performance worse than the way I'm used to. On low levels, that is. And now, Vajra, the stamina test. Like, if I haven't been testing my stamina already, this will be it. Someone help me. I cannot. I honestly hope I don't break my arms for this experiment. Oh, come on! No wonder it's lagging. Mania doesn't help. Score check. We're gonna keep going with one more extra try. As usual, spins fuck me over here. At least, as usual, for this session, help. cannot. I only got a little further with better score. But holy shit. I cannot with the twists. My feet just kick up to the air. So I end up missing the pad, even if it's easier. Let's just get with the last one. Awadori. We can be done with this experiment. 573 Konami. How could you? Recovery if I can reach 560. Odds are I can't. Let's get this done. Experiment's done. I'm gonna finish breaking my arms. They're ouch. So now, see, my mother at one point thought that because I play no bar, that means I am instantly superior to bar players. Because if they get off the bar, their scores instantly suck. And while historically that is true, the opposite is also true. Look at this. I got a double A. And just the set alone makes me just not want to play bar ever again. I kid you not. My arms never hurt this much when playing keyboard. But my arms having to tolerate my own weight, plus my makeshift bar being effectively loose, makes it really horrible to just want to play with the bar. I just cannot. Sorry. Sorry, mother, but I think after this experiment, it's pretty sure that uh, there isn't any sort of superiority if I like like I cannot just say that is true in any way. Like if I took her advice while on tournaments, I probably would have hurt myself and probably would have gotten a worse score than I will have if I just went with the way I usually do. I'm sorry, I'm kind of dizzying you guys. So so far, here are my observations. I am not certain, but in some patterns I have better timing. Like in Vajra, I kind of made it relatively far with a higher score. If I passed that one, I probably would have gotten like 800,000, which is the only advantage I have. But everything else I just cannot have a better score with the bar unless I'm actually used to it. I listed out some of the advantages. For one, the angle is kind of odd for me. Probably similar to how bar players have to get used to having to balance themselves out. To my surprise, the angle is really awkward. It could be that maybe the makeshift handlebar is lower or something, but I did not feel comfortable. Like, I did not feel comfortable at all playing with a bar. Second, you have to step harder. I'm 106 in US pounds, meaning that I'm a very light player. So some pads won't feel me at all if they're not calibrated to pretty much feel children on the pad. Cause I wait for a good chunk of my life, like 60. Not a good chunk, like a good decent chunk of my childhood. I was around 40 to 60. And only later on I got to like 100 as I approached adulthood. So maybe from age 15 to 17 I was already at 190 maybe. But stop walking, you're gonna make the audience dizzy. So stop walking. So throughout my life I've been relatively light. I don't gain weight. I was usually between 96 to 104. Right about now I'm floating around 104 and 106. I have to see if that goes down, but I think I'm gaining muscle mass, which might contribute to my weight gain. Because it's pretty hard that I gain weight after so much DDR in 16 days. I took CEO as a tournament and I played like 50 to 60 songs. Most of them really just above 11, and a lot of 18s have been challenged there, including my second 19 being egoism. But I kind of derailed. The point is that when you play with the bar, you have to step harder, which is why I hear players like Mark just hitting the pad so hard I think they might break the panel. because otherwise the pad might actually count a miss. But at the same time, these guys are also used to playing with the bar, so their angle doesn't seem as awkward. But for me, it is not very comfortable playing with the bar. The other observation is that twists do get easier because you can just help your body complete the twists. That I also notice, it's a little easier to do them. But it also means it's more nigh uncomfortable doing them. You have to bend your body in really uncomfortable ways. And that is something I really do not want to trade off. I'd rather just naturally do my twist and lateral play without the bar. Let's see. Jumps also get a little easier because instead of having to rely on measuring how high do I go, how hard do I step, like instead of using gravity in my own body, I just literally kind of handle my body through the handlebar. That's another thing that's easier. But that also kind of means that because I play no bar, I am also more experienced handling jumps. Because there has to be a reason why people hate shit like The Reason, Prey, and very jump spam heavy charts. While I'm just, I don't know, I'd be more than happy to improve in this skill. I mean, I had my fair share of playing Prey Challenge a handful of times, so let's see. Stamina. You know, the bar does save you some energy and stamina. Yes, it does. I was stepping lightly during the first half, up to like D2R, healing division. But I wanted to hit Vajra properly so I could at least make it to the end. Newsflash, I didn't. And I had to step harder for the L-Tech to feel me. Like, I was getting misses, like, I'm not even sure if it's my footwork not translating, which could be another thing, which will actually surprise me because I thought that, you know, your footwork will carry over, but so far I'm not even sure. But I also noticed a lot of misses, flat misses. Like normally the L-Tech just gives me an almost when it just re-triggers. In this case, I've been getting more misses. Like you saw in the beginning that I got 30 misses on Vajra, I got 5 misses on Awaodori, while naturally I will just get maybe 1 or 2. The almost will be just an usual event, but I'd probably be able to FC Awaodori pretty easily. It's not that hard, it's just gimmicky. And Hard Brain will also be one with very few misses, because it's just And speaking of, I played Trip Machine Sack Nanoglide to see how one's footwork goes with songs as weird as that, and I can theoretically do a little better, but I think it's just it's more or less the same in terms of how hard it is. Again, it kind of depends on your mental agility. And my brain was horribly busy trying to figure out how to handle the bar and how to handle everything just naturally. I just couldn't. Another advantage is that you can play higher speed mods if you're particularly, like, if you cannot parse slow speeds, you might want to play with the bar, since getting used to that might actually help you in expanding how high you can reach your speeds. Some people go as high as 600 to 700 BPM in scroll speed, which can be really helpful. So that's another one I can give from at least this experience. Like, I was able to just raise it to 2.5, which is higher than I'd be comfortable with without the bar, simply because I don't like going way too high with the BPM. Even though that's really 450, it's like 500 is more or less the most I can go comfortably without streams. Maybe 600 like max period, but at that point I need to be very sure of what the hell am I stepping to. Delta Max challenge was a bit nightmarish, so bar players get a higher speed mod range, which is helpful if you can't read slow. I also want to make this point. If I had to do a sudden slap, I'd fucking suck at it. Like, there is more distance. There's more distance between you and the machine with the bar than without it. Like, doing a sudden slap will be much easier without the bar, because it's just a little bit less distance. You don't have to get off a bar and touch the button. You just bend over, touch it, and be done with it. And nobody ever hears of it again. So that's about it. I'm kind of thinking here. On low difficulty songs, I really do not feel a difference when it comes to stamina, and it's more uncomfortable to play with a bar. So still get lower. I would have thought that it'd be more or less the same, but no. I sacrificed some points for a different way to play. So that's about it. Recovery on 18s is about as usual. If anything, it's a little bit faster. You get to recover from 18s a little faster than without the bar. Without the bar, you're still both trying to stand and hit the fucking arrows at the same time. I recovered surprisingly fast on Awa Odori, but at the end with the 560, it was like, what the fuck am I stepping to? There are a lot of points that could be said about it, but my mother's wrong. If you play a style that you're not used to, you're going to suck at it. It's not the same to have played the same way for in my case 9 years. Most of these players played the same way for decades, as long as they have been playing, than to just suddenly switch styles. And I've definitely observed this from the few players that decide to go no bar with, not even to compete with me or to show that they can do it or for the sake of it. Like, I noticed from people who want to play no bar. Someone who usually plays bar in singles going to play doubles in no bar usually takes the raptor stance and struggles with twists. And another one wanted to go no bar because of the same reason. His arms hurt when trying to go higher. But in his case, he is much more stress prone, it seems. And so he tends to grab the bar even harder on 15s. So what can I take out of this aside of mother was wrong? Just play the style you want to play. Each style has its own pros and cons. Like, for example, twists get easier, but it's also nigh uncomfortable on the bar. while you can play laterally just fine without the bar if you train yourself to be used to it. That's another thing. It's not gonna come for free. You have to train your skills in order to do them. And if you don't use them, you lose them. Simple as that. So just decide what kind of style will suit you most, or at least you think you'll have the most fun with this in this game. Because let's be honest, if you want to compete, you have to be able to MFC a 16 and a 17 live. And that's an exaggeration, but it's what it feels like it's coming down to. Just a few perfects or MFC. So just play for fun. And play the style that makes you feel like it's more fun, or do something that I rarely see. Like just play a hybrid. Like hang on to the bar where you think it's best suited for it, and play no bar where you think it's better for it. Like this is a style I never saw because it requires more thinking, and people don't like to think. And that's kind of implicit, not like people are going to admit it. Unless you do it in the comments, that's fine. No shame in that. But in the end, just play how you want to. I'll probably be making a more thoughtful video. I'm just trying to parse my thoughts after this experiment. So, yeah. I'm likely going to retake this same set. No bar. Pretty much just flat out. This had no warm-up except hard brain. So I'll see you guys later with the same shit and see how it goes.